Hello, hello. It is Sara Waggle, astrologer and leadership coach here for Moon Astrology Tarot. This time for the moon in Virgo. This is the Virgo new moon. Oh, hello, eclipse season coming soon. You can, of course, check out your Virgo sun and rising signs for this new moon and the full moon lunar eclipse later this month. That is linked below in the description. You can also check out my newsletter that comes out every Sunday. You can check out my guest appearance on the Hearts Unleashed podcast, where I talked about breaking up with your victimhood. Join the Awakening Spirit Collective. All of these links are linked below, and you can buy me a coffee that supports my channel. Also, like the video, leave me a comment that supports the channel. So to keep me on here, please interact so that I can hear you and know that you're here. And all of that. Plus, I'm at about 325 subscribers. I would like to boost that up to 500 and further. So let's keep the train rolling. All right, this Virgo new moon is at 11 degrees. Oh, I should just share the chart. Hold on, let me let me get the chart up. All righty, here is the chart that we're working with for this new moon. You can see I highlighted it here in the lower right-hand corner with a little yellow mark. It's peaking at 11 degrees of Virgo, loosely opposite Saturn at 16 Pisces. That's a good 5-degree orb, but could be felt nonetheless. You can also see that we have Mercury in Leo trining Chiron in Aries, so some communication about inner wounds and things like that might be coming up, who you need to be, what you need to say, all of those things. But notably, we have Mars squaring Neptune in Pisces. Mars is at 29 degrees of Gemini, and Neptune is at 29 degrees of Pisces. And so information overload, but also like you feel like you're in the clouds or in the murk of what the actual fuck. And so really being attentive to Virgo is the physical body, its digestive system. Virgo is also being organized, analytical, critical thinking, those sorts of things. And so you want to really be attentive to maybe how much you're taking in of what's going on in the world. This could be one of those, like, it's time to turn off the news. It's time to turn off the noise, the background noise, and things like that. So, it's really about, with Pluto at 29 Capricorn, and these planets in Pisces, Saturn and Neptune in Pisces. I mean, you really have to make some discernment here, in what you are invested in, what's taking up your time. What are you actually playing in the background? I keep thinking, like, I dated a guy a long time ago whose parents listened to Fox News like 24/7. Like that's all they had on as like their background noise for while they were like doing whatever around the house. And after a while, I was so tuned into it that I was like, it's repeating the same stories like every 2 hours. And I was like just unnerved by it. And just really uneasy about it because I was like, oh my God, really? And I know, like, we think about we're having it on in the background, it's just background noise, it's just ambient noise, but you're subconsciously receiving that information over and over and over and over and over. You're receiving it, meaning you have to mentally digest it, subconsciously digest it. So think about that as you're thinking about what you are consuming. Are you consuming news or whatever media as your background noise, but your subconscious, and the same goes for like whatever music you listen to or whatever TV or movie you watch, entertainment that you watch. You're even if it's on in the background, you're subconsciously absorbing it. So I want you to consider, as we move into this Virgo new moon with Pluto retrograde in 29 Capricorn, Uranus retrograde in Taurus, and Mercury now direct, is what the hell would happen if you turned off the news and had like affirmations or mental discipline stuff or whatever. Case in point, I used to basically live on my couch. I'd get out of bed and move to my couch. I was in pretty dark depression, pretty in my victimhood. And I would put like Joe Rogan podcast where he would be interviewing like Jocko Willink or Joe Rogan or Joe Rogan podcast, interviewing Joe Rogan. Yeah, okay. Joe Rogan podcast interviewing Cameron Haynes, all of these guys who have mental discipline, right? These guys work out every day. Many of them are into martial arts, or Cameron Haynes is a bow hunter. He's also a runner. And so I would just put that stuff on. And of course, I had autoplay on my YouTube. So it would go from a Joe Rogan interview with Cameron Haynes to Eric Thomas, the hip hop preacher, or it would go to another snippet of something from Jocko Willink or whatever. And so while I'm laying on my couch, half asleep, don't care about anything, I was subconsciously absorbing Jocko Willink. I was subconsciously absorbing Cameron Haynes. I was subconsciously absorbing what these guys were talking about. And all of a sudden, I literally stopped sleeping on my couch every day and actually getting up and doing stuff in the world. And so my point here is, what would happen if you turned off the news and put on some sort of self-motivation music or self-motivation interviews or something like that, instead of whatever other stuff that you think is just background noise, but your subconscious is taking that on. And subconscious means we're typically not aware that it's getting to our system, but our body knows. Our body knows it's a thing. So I want you to think about that, or, feel into that and maybe shift for a week or so to something more motivational or something more uplifting, instead of listening to the news or whatever television show or movie that you have on in the background while you're supposedly doing work, but your subconscious is getting this other information. So that's kind of that Mars square Neptune, is like it's subconscious, and we're in the murk in our conscious thinking, but we're subconsciously releasing a lot and purging a lot, and therefore, like, whatever you like, we're malleable, so we can take it in. But what are you actually taking in? I said Virgo is as much about the physical digestion of food and beverage, but your mind is also digesting whatever information you're feeding it as well. So anywho, all right. I think that's it for the chart. Okay, there we go. But yeah, so that's this new moon in Virgo. So just kind of really be attentive to how your body's feeling through these next couple of days, and how you could make some shifts and changes to make that go differently. Stay hydrated, eat well, all of the things. Let's see what's up with the tarot. Sun and rising signs are on are linked below. I think I said that already. I think I gave you all the stuff. The Aquarius experiment is available in my community section here on YouTube, or it's on my Instagram. So we got, oh, death card upright, Tasha Yar. Yeah, we're going through a major death and rebirth. This is not about something literally dying, but it is something in our belief systems, in our emotional processing, in our healing journey, in our spiritual journey. Like something's dying, something is transforming. Pluto's at 29 Capricorn now. This is not a joke anymore. This is, you have to let go of something wherever that Capricorn house is in your natal chart. You have to let go of something, some insecurity, some behavior. You have to let go of something in order to get to the next level. We're all going through this. We're all being faced with that. Let's actually get a clarity card on that and see. Um, Queen of Latinum in reverse. Queen of Latinum in reverse. With the Death card upright. Queen of Latinum in reverse. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I mean, it's the uncertainties, or you're not so sure of things. You're not so sure of maybe your physical environment. You're not so sure of something, your insecurities. And I feel like whatever your insecurities are, like we're all kind of insecure right now because the uncertainty of our world that we live in is so crazy, off the charts of where the hell are we actually going next. And I realize that there could be a lot of fear mongering around that, but just remember this, and this could be where this Death card is popping up, is because we're all feeling some level of insecurities. Thus, you have to let go of something in order to secure yourself. Whether that's like you need to let go of your fear of judgment, your fear of connecting with others. Like we all have to let go of something. We need to go through a death and rebirth of something in order to make this more of a secure card instead of an insecure card. Do you get what I'm saying? So you got to feel into that for yourself, because yes, we're in a crazy time where things feel very insecure. I get that. We're all in that space, but the only way to deal with or face insecurity is to get real with yourself about what you're scared of, and do something about it. You get to shift that circumstance for yourself. You get to shift your environment for yourself. You get to shift it. You get to do the work. Nobody can go to the bathroom for you. Nobody can do this work for you, right? Let's see what's up with the angel cards. I'm excited. I'm here for this shit. I've been waiting a long time for this shit to shift. And while it is nasty, murky, ugly in the process of it, but I'm just like, oh, let's do this. Let's do this. We got the King of Air upright. Of course, this deck is mostly red upright. Brilliant, impartial, professional, diplomatic. Without even reading the bottom of it, this is, you've got to be objective. Air is unicorns in this deck. Objective, you've got to have your critical thinking, you've got to be able to discern. You have to do this. This is kind of one of those like you got to process it yourself, because here's the thing about all of this is that relationships are disrupted. And so like if I went on what other people were feeling, what other people were presenting, it wouldn't be my authentic. Therefore, it would feel out of alignment from my physical body to do it, or to feel that way or believe that way. And I feel like that's the same for all of us right now, is like some of us are afraid to feel what we feel, or know what we know, or believe what we believe, because we're terrified of losing friendships, right? And if you've been on the wrong side of the, or I don't want to say the wrong side of the tracks. If you've been on certain sides of the tracks for the past 4 years, you know you've lost a lot of people. because of what you chose, what you believed, and what you stood for. But here's the thing, we all have to take a stand at some point for what we feel, what we believe, and what we do that is right for our physical, mental, emotional being. You got to do that for yourself. And if that means that you lose people along the way, then you have to be willing to grieve and let them go. And welcome in who's there for you on the other side. Because you never know who those other people out there might be, that you took a stand. You decided you were going to do Star Trek Next Gen Tarot instead of the Rider-Waite deck. Right? So it puts me in a really niche group because not everybody understands Star Trek. That's fine. I'm still going to do it because it resonates with me. And it's going to resonate with however many people also love Star Trek. It goes the same for you. You have something that you love that maybe only like 10 other people love, but it's you 10 people that belong together, that are meant to work. My third eye is itching, go figure. Your thing that you love and are passionate about and believe in, or maybe only 10 people do, but there's 10 people out there that you belong with and that you can be your true, authentic self, no judgment, no nothing. All right. That's the moon in Virgo. That was kind of lengthy. I hope not too long, but you can always speed me up if you feel the need. Um, but I appreciate you, and I will talk to you on the next video. Bye for now.